afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Jar Media Podcast, episode 242, brought to you by myself, Jamie.
52.
I said 252.
You said 242.
Did I say 242?
You did.
I'll fix it in editing. Where me, myself, Jamie, brought to you by me, myself, Jamie. And James in the host chair, who should be introducing this podcast but is too paranoid to do so, and Alexander here sat directly next to me in the other seat.
Who with Sandy?
Sandy, the lovely Sandy, the one and only.
The juicy tootsie, if you will.
Do you want to know what I have written down in the jar document for the title of this episode?
I don't. Something to do with
Go
Bob
on.
Dylan.
Nothing to do with Bob Dylan, although we'll be talking about that.
Wiggle,
at some
wiggle.
Point. I wrote down Dingle Wand.
Dingle wand?
W-A-N-D. What do you think?
You're going to have to explain why you've... there's a story behind this, isn't there?
It's actually not that exciting of a story. It's just in the jar doc, it had the previous episode's name, which was Second Wind. So I changed second to Dingle, and then changed wind to wand.
Okay,
I
that's
like
pretty
that. And here we are.
decent. I was expecting something to do with Argy, to be perfectly honest.
I need a Dingle wand to to clear away his problems.
Yeah, I was expecting some poo-related stories.
Mm.
Oh, I got plenty of poo-related stories if that's where you want to take this cast, but...
Bro, we've taken too many casts down the poo path. I don't
the
want us
poo
to like,
path,
go down
yeah.
there again.
Mm. Mm.
Did we even intro? I guess we did.
Yeah, we had a lovely intro from the man who never intros, so I'm really happy.
I always intro.
You never
And
intro.
speaking of introing, I'd also like to thank the Jar Media patrons for supporting us over on Patreon and making the audio versions on iTunes and Spotify possible, as well as getting a shout out at the start of every month from us ourselves
and
early videos.
If you're a Dibby tier,
If and when we don't have tonsillitis, flu, coronavirus, or any other virus.
life-threatening, like...
None of us are.
I'm just going to say pathogen.
You can hear it a bit in James's voice.
Yeah.
You're over the
so-
worst of it, right?
So last week, in the last cast, I looked a bit dead and I was a bit kind of quiet, but I was just coming down with like another wave of like flu.
That was a new illness to add to the collection.
It was kind of like a mini version of the actual influenza I had we both had a few weeks ago.
Really, it was
Like
that.
it was reaching,
All three of us had at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was reaching those levels, and I was thinking, no, if this is going to hit me again that bad, fuck it, it's over. I'll just give up, let life take its course, because it was bad, but it passed quickly, and I'm fine now. I just sound a little bunged up, and I'm a little bunged up, but alive.
I'll tell you what's bunged up. It's 11 p.m. and we've only just begun the episode.
I know.
What have we been doing? It's been like hours. We could have recorded 68 JARCasts in this time.
You know what it's been? Alex ran away yet again, and...
Me? Where did I go?
I was making a reference to the last episode, 2 episodes ago, when you ran away and you left us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Twisting in the wind.
I went to the maple syrup land.
You did.
Which we actually have a question about in housekeeping, if you guys don't mind hopping over
No, clean it away, bro. Clean away the
clean up
maple
some of the
slop.
conversations from the previous episodes and whatnot. GHAMVS left a comment saying, for Alex, how much more complicated was traveling to Canada with the current travel rules? I actually sent Adam a message the other day, like, I can't believe the timing of like how perfectly timed it was, like right before like a new variant is like going crazy. There's talks of like lockdowns, so in a way I feel like I dodged a bullet. Maybe there's a timeline where I like wound up getting trapped in Canada if the timing was all like wrong, but it was definitely like an extra ball ache to go through just customs and everything in every country, and border control in every country, where like before COVID, how many documents would you need to get through? You'd need your
One.
passport.
That's it.
Was that it?
Yeah, pretty much. Passport, and you can get
Why are you fucking with the tightener thing?
No,
Yeah.
passport, and if you were staying for long enough, it would be like the visa equivalent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like for each country I went into, I had to fill out some form. Like to get back into the UK, there was like a UK like passenger entry form or something.
Mhm.
To get into Canada, there was like the arrive can form. To go into America, I had to fill out some form at the border. Got randomly selected to do like a test when coming back into Canada from America. That was quite interesting because I guess they're way more stringent in Canada than they are here. Because like they were like, you have to do a test within 24 hours. So I was thinking, oh, how are they gonna know? Like if I even do a test, if it's a home kit, like I can just pretend I could fucking test a dog, and how are they ever gonna know? But in Canada, they made it so you had to like FaceTime a doctor who watched you do the test and like told you what to do to like guarantee that you were actually doing it yourself. Which is a bit different from coming back into the UK where it's like you have to do a test, but
You can just lie. You can just don't. Even
no
do
one
it.
has like contacted me to like check up on it. Well, I did get the test and do it, but like there's I didn't have to report it. I didn't have to do shit. Like there was nothing really.
Yeah, it's almost as if our government doesn't really care about us. Do you know what I mean?
And Pookarif's left another one to round off this topic. As a Canadian, I was just wondering what Alex thought of Canada culture-wise. How does it compare to both the US and Britain, and what were some of the things that surprised you about it? Keep up the good work, boys. I'd say in general, just like just more politeness, just more friendly, you know?
That's the thing
There's-
with British culture is that like
You forget like how
there's not much genuine
I'd
feeling.
I'd say
British culture.
the more north you go, it tends to kind of get a bit nicer and friendlier and more welcoming. But the closer you get to London, the more like noses up, leave me alone. I don't even want to interact with you. Because like, don't you think that's like a nice thing if you're like walking around and you walk past someone? It's nicer to be like, all right, as opposed to I'm going to look at my feet or something.
Even a hello.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nice day today, isn't it?
Oh, isn't this coldness just biting?
It's the cold one at the moment. The surface level communication one is just fucking weather's shit in it.
Yeah.
It's too cold. Don't like it.
I do
That's it.
enjoy talking about the weather though.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing British culture has.
Is
Is talking about weather.
If you
Because
send,
there's so rarely anything good to say. Like people connect over joint struggles.
Yeah, I remember reading some statistic about like British people where they bring up the weather like, so much.
Yeah.
It's like 40% of like all conversations or something.
here's the thing. It's like if you take a Briton out of Britain, they're still going to talk about the weather in that country.
Yeah, it's like, wow, this is like so
the
different
weather's
to-
actually good today. It's like that all year.
Yeah.
Because my fucking nan in Portugal still does it.
Really?
If you talk to her, if she won't talk to you for a week, she'll always bring up the weather first. It's always to do with the weather. That's the opening conversation. It's like been that for fucking years.
Well, you briefly mentioned this this like language, you know, kind of small interaction stuff that's been a running theme for the last couple casts. And Will Towers left a comment saying, I'm doing English language A-level in year 13 right now, and what you guys are talking about at the start is called phatic language, which is language that serves a purely interactional purpose. We aren't really asking if the other person is alright, we're just affirming conversation and politeness. It's pretty annoying, but for me, the fact that I know that phatic talk exists for a reason, because something wouldn't really exist in language if we didn't have a need for it, and that it exists in basically every modern language makes it less annoying. So that's the, you're right? You're right. How you doing? Yeah, not bad. How you doing?
I disagree.
Yeah, not bad.
Because I think there's different like cultures, like Mediterranean Europe. They're so like family focused. I don't think that kind of exists in that kind of sense.
But like, there's no way to avoid surface level interactions, right?
Of course. But I think it's different per culture. I think it's a cultural thing.
I
So it
just
might
want us-
exist in
I-
languages, but
My point is that I just want us to be robots.
yeah, you
I
just
want us to not have, like, if we've got nothing to say to each other, then let's not interact.
No, at a certain point we'll have like the Google Glasses, like Halo AI, like
Yeah.
that will talk for us. Our HUDs will like intertwine and be like,
Yeah, we don't have
nice
to talk
triple
at that point.
kill.
yeah, well, a triple deal on beans and something. Yeah.
Yeah.
IDW Chungus left one saying, if James was a member of the Reservoir Dogs, his name would be Mr. Pink, because it's a clever reference to the fact he has pink eye.
Do I have pink eye this episode?
Yes.
Do that with your eyes, like widen them. Ooh,
Yeah, my guy
Jesus
got pink eye.
Christ, that
He
was
got double pink eye.
yeah.
Because I'm tired.
That's what they all say. Seth,
Okay, my pink eye is just spreading, bro.
yeah, don't give it to me. Don't fart on my pillow. Seth X can round off this segment. Smooth brain refers to someone who's stupid, since it's the wrinkles on our brain that gives the cortex much greater surface area. This is useful as it allows far more space for neurons to connect to each other. The cortex is where most of the brain functions that make us human, and not just reliant on the lizard brain, is located. So bigger is better, usually. Most animals have a smooth brain, whereas animals that are considered more intelligent, such as apes and elephants, also have wrinkly brains.
Where did this pop up?
Jim was like, what's the smooth brain?
How,
On the last
I was
episode.
not like, what's
did
a
you
smooth
not know
brain?
what smooth brain was?
Well, I know what it means, but I mean, what does it mean?
Now you know. Now you know the truth.
Well, I don't think Jamie knows what he already knew.
What? No, a smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so but neurons, surface area. Yeah, it's
But you know the
simple
lizard
stuff.
brain thing, I didn't realize like the lizard brain thing is actually like
Do
what
they actually have
scientists refer
smooth
to
brains?
it. It's
The
like,
lizards have brains that are smooth.
I guess. What if this comment
Nah,
is
but even if they have a small brain and it's wrinkled, they still got a smaller brain. Do you see what I'm saying?
So you're saying they've got big brains that are smooth,
No, we have big brains.
that aren't smooth.
Yeah, we got
So
very
what- so-
wrinkly brains.
So what's an animal with a big brain that's smooth?
Yeah.
Hippo,
Yeah,
surely. Like a hippo, or like
I
an
feel like
yeah, that's the
Paisley's got a
question
smooth
that
brain.
should be asked. James is asking the right questions.
Man,
we need to experiment if I can see which brain.
Yeah, let's look at a hippo brain.
I'm terrified of hippos.
Hippos are the
No,
scariest.
hippos are fucking deadly.
No, we were talking about like.
What do you mean?
scary
Why are you
animals.
laughing? They
you're right.
yeah, they actually they kill more people than lions by like a fucking huge
Yeah.
margin. Because people think they look cute and they're like, oh,
yeah,
they're
like,
harmless.
oh, funny hippo, big
and then
head.
it fucking crushes you and it fucking just
Yeah.
destroys you.
They're like really aggressive, aren't
Yeah.
they?
And they're like skulk and
yeah,
like
'cause they
fucking.
got smooth brains, whereas lions with the wrinkly brains.
I bet there is like a hippo expert that like listens to Jar, so we can get like the comment that's like, actually, hippos have brains.
Actually,
that-"
hippos are much more intelligent than humans in many ways. Their brains are much more wrinkled.
They got like a Grand Canyon kind of
Yeah.
wrinkly brain.
Grand wrinkle.
No, I don't know if you guys have anything prepared in terms of topics, but I've got a couple here. Got a couple of goodies. I know James has been watching a bit of Arcane. I want to throw it out there. We haven't really talked about this kind of stuff. We haven't done what we've been checking out lately. It's been a bit mental. There's just constantly stuff coming out, right?
Yeah,
There's
it's-
always, I don't know, there was a point where I could keep up with it, but I feel like there's just so much shit coming out with all these streaming
hectic.
services and like Disney Plus and Netflix and fucking all of it. HBO, man, I can't keep up. But everyone's talking about Arcane, which is like a Netflix show set in the League of Legends universe.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like not interested top level, but it's just so many people recommending it, so many people talking about it. I'm like, I guess I got to check this out.
So
And I've seen 2 episodes. And I was kind of asking you earlier, like, is there a point where it kind of ramps up, or there's like a greater story hook or something? Because I think it's good what I've seen, but I'm not not quite sold on it based on the way people are talking about it. But I don't know if it's one of those, man, by the time you get to episode blank, shit's gonna get you, because you've seen a few more than me.
Yeah, I'm like on episode 5, I think. It starts to kick off like post 3, because that's when it jumps in time a bit, and it's more like, you know, I don't know how to explain. It kicks off from 3 onwards. I've not got super far into that period yet because I just haven't had the time. But I've enjoyed it so far. I think the animation's beautiful. Like the animation is like 10 out of 10. Like I was saying, it's on level 2 of Spider-Verse in terms of how actually generally really great it is. I like it. I don't like League of Legends. I think it's shit because it is. Like, of all the shows, you wouldn't have think League of Legends would get like a really high budget animated, you know, series. And it's like, I don't want to play the game. It doesn't make me want to play the game, but I do like the characters in it.
Yeah, it seems to work standalone, even, you know.
I think that's its intention as well.
Yeah.
It's not trying to like tie in with the games at all, really.
For me, I'm not immediately like hooked by the world building. I don't care that much about kind of steampunk stuff. And it was getting very kind of like Final Fantasy-ish or something. There was like this Moogle creature that like showed up. I don't know anything about League of Legends. It was like this little dibby thing with like a beard and like cat ears. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So I was like, I need some like more comments to like encourage me to
see, like, my whole desire and reason to watch it in the first place was just because the animation. Like, I can slog through some shit as long as the animation's nice.
Because I'd heard the like Spider-Verse comparisons, and it was one of the things that made me want to go into it. But the thing about Spider-Verse is like I'm already partial to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They got to do way more work for me to care about this universe. So, is there any chance you would check it out, Jim?
I've been so hurt and traumatized from the League of Legends YouTube adverts.
Oh, those. I'd forgotten about those.
Do you know, it's unbelievable how much it would take for me to actually step into Arcane. They are the worst adverts I've ever seen.
They're you
really
have not
bad.
seen the Battle 2042 one.
I have.
What about like the
Heard
hypersexual like Raid Shadow Legends adverts and stuff? They're like really weird.
No, the advertisements for games at the moment are fucking awful.
Yeah.
They're so bad. All these shit mobile games that are flooding the market, they get in the worst fucking ads possible.
But there was something special about the awful streak of League of Legends adverts.
Yeah. I'd actually completely forgotten about that. They were particularly...
They've actively made me want to avoid that game and the universe it's associated with. They've made me want to avoid that at all costs. I'm not interested in what they got to show.
Yeah.
I disagree, but in a way that's kind of disrespectful to the studio and all the people who animated this, because it's just like they've just been given the IP and they've worked fucking magic with it.
Well, that's what I kept thinking. I was like, man, I would love this kind of dedication to like a video game I care about, or like a universe I care about.
But if you should watch it. Because
I haven't written it off yet.
No, but
I'll keep going.
You should watch it because it shows fucking Netflix that adult focused fucking animation is actually people want to watch.
That's the thing. Like Spider-Verse has kind of opened that door where it's like everyone appreciates that movie and it's animated, and there is that whole like animations for baby shit only.
But like, I'd much prefer to spend my time watching, like I have been, Cowboy Bebop.
What, you mean then the live action one?
Nah, the original. Like, I can use my time watching animation of something I actually like. You know, instead of this, like, just fuck League of Legends.
Yeah, no, fuck.
I didn't realise you were so anti-LOL.
Who isn't? League of Legends is an unbelievably toxic game. and that's his whole.
What is it
website.
about it then? Because like
Gamers.
That's always been the meme.
Yeah.
It's like no one that plays
LOL.
LOL
enjoys wasn't that like Donkey's history?
Yeah.
It was like a League of Legends.
And he got banned. He got banned.
He got fucked.
He got permanently banned for making content that brought people to the game because they were like, fuck you, because they're really toxic.
Yeah, because he actually like criticized it or something.
Yeah, Riot Games.
Yeah, so they banned him.
Lame. But yeah, people are enjoying the show. I'm glad.
Yeah, I think it's successful because art, Twitter, and whatnot fucking went mental. That's how I knew about it. It's just like because I saw the pop up on my Netflix. Arcane's now on Netflix, and I was like, "What the fuck's that?"
Yeah.
Then I saw like the post, and it was like, "That's a League of Legends character. That's Jinx. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, like a day later, fucking Twitter fucking exploded. Everywhere was just Arcane.
You're saying about these action scenes, which has me intrigued, because from what I've seen, there hasn't been anything like crazy impressive.
Because it's just them as young. It's like the foundation of their like art.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of like build up, setup, which I'm not against.
So then when you jump to the one time, it's this. They're basically the League of Legends characters, basically, and Jinx, who's the powder. They just do some pretty neat stuff with her animation in some of the fights.
Okay.
Like that.
Because I genuinely know nothing. I couldn't know less about League of Legends. I don't know
think
anything.
you need to.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it that way.
What you need to know about the characters is shown in like the first 2 episodes.
I'd rather just know from the show as opposed to going into like, let's go into the game wiki and like watch like stuff about the game. No. I don't really care.
I think
about
it's
that.
pretty clear that you don't need to ever know anything about League of Legends and still enjoy this. It's its own separate thing. It's just a LOL franchised thing.
Yeah. But it's what I've been saying about video game adaptations, man. They're popping off. It's the next wave of content.
So this is the thing, though. Like the fact that it is a League of Legends thing. Like if this was just a new thing, I'd dip in. But the
so
fact
it's actually
that
putting you off that it's part
I don't want to get invested because I know what I never want to get invested in League of Legends. Because if I do get invested in the show, I'll want to invest in the game.
And the game's shit.
Yeah, I don't want to invest in the game.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is there like
So I
a
don't want to
video
watch the show.
game you would want to see explored in like a similar
Team
format?
Fortress 2.
There is a Halo show coming out.
No.
It's like it's on Showtime. It's
Again, like
I don't know if I trust.
I don't want
It
it.
seems like too late. And the same with like Team Fortress, where there would have been like a perfect time for that.
No, but sure, this isn't the perfect time for League of Legends.
Well, you're right.
That period passed like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I suppose if you just make it good enough.
Like they've tried a Halo anime, didn't work.
Halo
Legends
is awesome, man.
Like what's next then? If they're going to start adapting loads of games, what could they do?
Well, we got the Mario movie coming. We got Uncharted movie.
No, it's in new ones. Not
Ones we haven't
that's done.
seen yet. The problem is a lot of the time it's just kind of an inherently bad idea. Because like I saw something about they're working on, I think, a Mass Effect TV show or something, and it's
I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, it might be a movie.
I would rule out nothing. And if it's live action, we shouldn't even talk about it. No game or movie or anime can be adapted to live action. If they want to adapt these games, it's got to be animation. Like
I would argue
animation.
if it's a game and you want to adapt it, then don't.
Yes, but that's not the hypothetical situation we're talking about.
I feel like you have to take a certain approach. If you're just trying to like adapt 1-to-1 the story of BioShock, lame. Misses the point. Like, it's dumb. But I don't mind the idea of like exploring the universe, like the world building somehow.
Yeah.
You know, it's like cool. A lot of video games have really cool settings, really cool environments, really cool like lore and backstories and stuff, which has loads of room to improve what already exists instead of trying to retell like what this Uncharted movie looks like it's doing, where it's like set pieces from Uncharted 3. That's lame to me. It's like, what?
Shit.
But the thing is, if your video game is designed around making like a movie but a video game,
Mm-hmm.
and then you turn that into a movie. It's a derivative of a derivative.
Mm-hmm.
That's already been said though. Even we've said that a few
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
It just doesn't work.
There's that HBO like Last of Us show that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
The timing seems weird for a lot of these, where it's like, now we're getting a Halo show, now you're doing The Last of Us,
No, but they've done a
now you're
Halo
doing
show.
Uncharted. Have they?
Yeah, they sold it with Halo 4. You got the code with the limited special edition.
Oh yeah.
Oh right, yeah, those were pretty bad.
Dawnfall,
bad.
Hammerfall, fucking
Halo
like
Nightfall or something. Yeah, where Locke got like stranded on a planet with like hunter eagles.
Oh no, that was a different one.
There's been
there's been
many.
multiple.
There was like a YouTube series for the Halo 4, and then for Halo 5 there was that Nightfall Locke thing, which
Yeah.
both
No,
were
because
really
they
bad.
had the one, but it came with Halo 4, and you could only redeem it through
Mhm.
Halo Insider.
That was the one where it was like Lasky's backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, I
good.
never redeemed it. I never even watched it.
They just
Yeah, I don't blame
machinima.
You
like,
can't
aired
adapt
it.
Halo. Halo's not something you can adapt.
There was like a chance where they could have done that, where like Peter Jackson was
Yeah,
involved with that whole Weta workshop, and what's the District 9 guy called again? You know, the director. He was like gonna direct the movie, and they'd done like a bunch of like pre-production for it. Looked really weird and kind of interesting, and it eventually became District 9. And he did all those like ads for like ODST and shit, and it was kind of a cool style with all the handheld stuff, and that worked. That was cool and like
Yeah.
ahead of its time kind of advertising,
Mm-hmm.
but they kind of missed their chance to really go in on it. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right about the animation thing though.
It needs to be on
It does fit a lot more.
Mm.
It's like similar to how I feel about superhero shit too, where it's like
Yeah.
this animation just fits so well and you have so much freedom with it, and you can make it like way more accurate and include like voice actors from the original stuff. You don't have to have the whole Tom Holland is now Nathan Drake like bullshit. Yeah.
I check out Arcane.
Gaming?
That's what I'm going to say.
Gaming.
Yeah, let us know what you think of Arcane in the comments. I'm curious what people think who've gone further than me. I've only seen 2 episodes or so. Do we want to talk about Halo Infinite or Spotify Wrapped? Or YouTube removing dislikes?
Do we need to talk about Halo Infinite?
I suppose we can save it for its own.
Yeah, I feel like I got way too much to say.
How can you have more to say? We've made like 3 full podcasts of Halo
I've
Infinite.
got so much to say about Halo Infinite.
I don't. It's shit. It's not.
It's a lot more
So-
complicated.
Spotify Wrapped though.
Not much to say on that one. We listened to music this year.
Wait, do we actually have our Spotify Wrapped?
I got all mine.
General statistics.
We're those cringy people where people with no personalities post on their like Instagram or Twitter, and they're like, oh, it's the time of year when nobody cares about your Spotify Wrapped. No, you just don't have a personality.
What's wrong with it? It's like everyone's sharing their music.
Yeah, it's
fun.
actually it's really nice to talk about.
Yeah, it's nice.
But it's actually interesting. It's like a cool idea. There's some cringy shit in the presentation where it's like, this is your theme song.
Yeah, it's fucking cringe. Like,
Let's do a segment on our Spotify Wrap then. Let's start with our like minutes listened, because Jim's just got a ridiculous amount of minutes. What's your minutes?
Okay, my minutes is 78,636 minutes.
My minutes is 39,564.
10,003, and I'm gonna say, I enjoyed those 10,000 more than you enjoyed your 70.
How did
Do
you
you know why?
actually get it to that number? Because I feel like I always have music playing.
Everything he does is with music in the background. You play games, Jamie has music in the background. I don't think you're really consuming the music in that type of way. Because all of my minutes...
There's a familiarity built with hearing something just all the time. Because the thing is, the majority... I want to jump straight into my top songs. because it's illuminating, like, to this exact point you're highlighting, James. Number 1 is Corso by Tyler, the Creator. Number 2 is Earthquake by Tyler, the Creator. Number 3 is I Think by Tyler, the Creator. Number 4 is Igor's Theme by Tyler, the Creator. Number 5 is New Magic 1 by Tyler, the Creator.
So you just rinse the album.
Just because I've had this shit just on repeat since 2020.
It's comfort.
It is comfort, there's this familiarity, this comfort with.
Yeah, no, there is. That's it's an actual fact. It's the way humans are. We become comfortable when we're experiencing something, so that becomes the go-to because there's comfort there. So I understand that.
Yeah.
So that does make sense why you've just racked up the minutes, hours.
But like every time I take a shower, speaker on music.
Every time you go to McDonald's.
Every time I go to McDonald's,
every time you're driving,
you guys, I'm listening to like that album or the other Tyler, the Creator album.
Yep.
Yeah. I suppose I break it up with like I listen to a ton of like podcasts and YouTube stuff on the go.
But something I've always been weird about is like attaching myself to an artist. Because like
going through their whole discography.
When I first got Spotify, it was Pink Floyd. I wanted to just listen through all of their stuff. And then
you get sick of it and you find a new one.
Yeah, but I'd also read up on what the lyrics meant and what the album was about, blah blah blah. So like you do feel this sort of like personal attachment.
Yeah.
To the album,
I have a similar thing where like it's less with albums and more with songs where there'll be like a particular song or an album where it's like, oh, that's my one, and then it's just repeat. I almost use music as like a memory thing, a memory like storage, because I can put like I'll go through my top songs, I guess, because my number 1 is Fancy Clown. It's on Mad Villain, which I think I was just listening to so much, and
it's genuinely a perfect song.
Yeah, it's like a short song. I feel like I've complained about like songs that are too short, but even though it's like 2 minutes just about, it works. It's perfect for what you want from that. But yeah, that was my top played 164 times. I played Fancy Clown. What was your go on your like most played one? Because yours is way higher. Earthquake, didn't you? You played like
no, it was Corso.
It's Corso, sorry.
Hang on, give me a sec. Yeah, I listened to Corso 245 times.
Yeah, nearly 100 times more than my most rinsed like single or whatever.
But it was one of those songs where like I would listen to it, and then when it was reaching the end, I'd restart it.
Well, yeah, I just use the repeat one song thing when I find one. So then it just repeats. I can't get enough. I want to like know a song inside and out. I want to know every single beat.
Yeah.
I want to know. Yeah. It is like a weird memory thing for me. So then if I like listen to, like there was a Thundercat album I was obsessed with in 2020. So when I listen to it, it like takes me right back to everything and it helps me remember the whole timeline. So my whole Spotify library's become that, where it's almost like has multiple purposes for me.
I find it like I don't listen to music like that. Like my minutes is so low because it's just like if I'm listening to music, that's it.
You're listening to music.
That I'm listening to music. I'm not. It's like at work. Who gives a shit about work? The thing I want to do is listen to music, you know. So I have headphones on. I'm just fucking vibing. Or it's on the way home. I'm fucking vibing. So I have my minutes is low, but every minute of that is like I'm listening. You know, I'm fucking dancing away. I'm fucking chilling with it. And it's like my top played song is "Bald" by Peggy, and I only listened to that 33 times. So that's nothing. But then it's just like all of my top songs were all being consistent because I'm just repeating them like on a day. My top songs were Bald by Peggy, Hate You by Peggy and Health, then Selfish High Heels, which is a Japanese like pop song, Bluebird Drum and Bass by Makoto, and Discipline by 9 Inch Nails, because it's been the 4th year in a row where 9 Inch Nails is number 1.
It's always in your rotation.
Yeah, because there's just so much there. There's such a huge difference in every album. You get addicted to one type of one of his albums, then it's just like you fancy another, and it's like a whole new experience.
Varied beats, production.
Yeah.
It's really
so it's always on rotation. And my number 2 was Peggy, and then number 3 was Won the Jewels. Always in my top 5. They were constant as well. And then Hiroyuki Sawano, which is the person who produced the Attack on Titan soundtrack, because that's a really good soundtrack. And then Nas.
So is that your top artists?
Yes, and Nas is the only one where it's like I found him and his for Illmatic, and it was just, it's going to end repeating it. I was fucking obsessed with it because it's the best album I've ever listened to. It's one of the best albums ever made.
Damn,
it's the greatest album ever, and there's no argument against that, I don't think. And I tried to get you guys to listen to it, and I don't know if you did, because it's just proper old school hip hop and rap.
Yeah, the thing is, when like with me, when I was so obsessed with these 2 Tyler the Creator albums, when someone says listen to X album, it's like I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna fall back to the thing that I'm like comfortable in.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Already know that I'm just addicted to.
But you should listen to Illmatic.
Yeah,
because it's
and from what I've heard, it is incredibly good.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible. It's like I would just get to work, listen to it again, play the album 3 times, then the next day just fucking doing it all over again. That's like the only time I've had like your way of listening to music. Like, kind of
that's exactly how I felt with Igor.
And also, I got into Tyler Creator this year. He might not have been there, but because you listened to him in the car, I just picked up all of the songs. So I already like them, and I haven't even actually listened to them for myself.
Yeah, I'm in the same position.
So yeah, I did listen to Igor, the new one. I don't actually know the name of his albums, but
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Call Me If You Get Lost was a Spotify ad. Which is what reminded me to be like, oh, this is one Jamie's listening to. I should listen to it.
And there was that one that I weirdly attached myself to.
Yeah, because of Mario Galaxy.
Because it sounds like a Mario Galaxy thing to me. Massa.
Yeah, that was a song where I didn't realise I liked it as much as I did until you messaged me saying, this is the song that, like...
Because I found
every time I hear it in your car, it, like...
Yeah, it struck you. It struck me, and not just because it reminded me of Mario Galaxy, but it just
is a particularly good song.
Yeah, it's like really catchy. My whole like Spotify Wrapped is like really fucked up because I have like what I call my work playlist. So whenever I'm doing anything work related on my PC, I have the work playlist playing, which is just loads of instrumentals. So like I posted on Twitter like my screenshot. I guess some people thought it was like edited and stuff. But like my number 5 genre was Minecraft.
That isn't a genre.
No, it's not. Because number 1 was already soundtrack because of that playlist. And surely that's included.
Yeah, should be.
But it's listed as its own thing, which is kind of funny.
I don't actually know if I'd know mine, the cringy little comments they did.
Your top music moods are happy and chill.
Yeah, mine was the same. It's like not when I'm listening to
your audio aura. Mine are
Cringe.
happy and chill.
Yeah, it had shit. It was saying shit like, while everyone else was trying to learn what an NFT is, you were listening to...
That was just like for everyone.
It's just fucking cringe. Why do they do it?
Yeah.
They should just do that. Boom, there's your stats. Boom.
Yeah.
Are they trying to be like hashtag relatable?
Yeah.
Shareable? I don't know.
Do you have how many artists you listen to saved?
No.
That was that one. You seem to have different metrics than I got. I don't remember that.
I didn't have
Really?
that.
Oh no, I did have that one. I just didn't screenshot it. Was it lots and lots?
Well, I'm just intrigued. I don't know if it's lots and lots unless you guys heard lots and lots.
I think I listened to 634.
You think? That's an incredibly specific number.
That's what I think I've seen. I can't remember.
Okay, name all of them then.
Or Won the Jewels?
I'll see if I can find mine song.
It
I'm
should
not
be
really
the
doing loads to
11th
find it.
thing.
The 11th.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's quite far in then. It's annoying the way they have all this whole like animation bullshits.
It should be this one.
You listen to 465 different artists.
Way, I beat you. Way.
Okay, so that 600 figure is actually correct then. If
Yeah.
I remembered it, and that if it's that high for you, it's probably the 600 figure for me.
Why?
Because I remembered it. And
You
it's
can't
specific.
prove it.
Do I need
Go on
to
it
prove
now and prove it.
No, because I'm not logged in on Spotify.
Well, then it might as well be one.
For fuck's sake, Jamie. Now we're just wasting time. Okay, here's my little cringy
that's true.
Spotify Wrapped. Why does it... just fuck off. Okay. Action. If 2021 were a film, you were the main character.
Skip that shit.
Yeah, skip that bullshit.
Yeah.
My favourite podcast, by the way, was Jar Media.
See,
Nice.
see, mine was as well. It's like the cringy, the opening credits theme to your movie. It's just a Nin song. What an awful movie that would be.
You mean an awesome movie?
Cringe movie. How do you skip these animations?
You can't.
You can't. You just got to watch them in full.
I do like Spotify Rap though.
Yeah,
As
no,
a
it's
thing.
it's the best part of the year.
Easily.
Yeah, it's genuinely the happiest I become.
It's the highlight of my year.
Yeah.
I never know it's going to hit me until I get it in the group chat and you guys like, oh.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Wow.
James, how many minutes did you listen? And you were like, I listened for 6 minutes.
I
Open
listened
the
to
app
3.
Ooh, I'm entering wrapped in multi-dimensional mode. Oh.
Do you think like other social medias should do it?
No.
Here's your Facebook fucking posts you loved.
They might actually
They
do that.
they do.
Yeah, I don't use Facebook, so
I listened to 51 different genres this year.
they probably do that, don't they?
How many artists did you listen to?
Somehow soundtrack's on there, but that makes sense. Attack on Titan, Kawi. Oh my god. Oh, why? It's like the two truths and a lie. Like, I don't want a fucking quiz on my own.
Skip.
Yeah, I'm getting past that. Oh my god, my podcast is the Smart 7 because it's in the daily drive. So that's like the fucking one shit. I'm not even representing Jar Media, am I?
Boo.
Fucking
What
loser.
the F?
Your top podcasts, all the daily drive ones. Oh, I listened to 396 different artists.
300.
Damn.
Way. Okay, that means I'm less racist than both of you.
I listened to 600. I listened to 661 minutes of 9 Inch Nails alone. So
That makes you incredibly racist.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
9.
11.
Jesus.
34.
Any other Spotify moments before we go to the mid-break?
Yeah, my music taste is more superior and
Yeah, every song is from the same person. That's not superior. Bro.
that means it's more refined. That means no, that is one thing about Spotify Rap that I fucking hate.
What?
Well, it's like people are like, "Oh, my Spotify Wrapped is shit."
Yeah, they've got no
It's like-
personality. Losers.
No. The opposite. It's like, fuck you if you think because you listen to X, Y, and Z, your opinion is lesser or whatever. It's like, you know what?
It's fine if you just listen to 2 episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience on repeat.
No, I'd say that's
But
not
yeah.
fine.
It depends on the episodes.
Just the Elon
If
Musk.
they're the Joey,
Just
if
the
they're the
Kanye
Joey
ones.
Diaz ones,
If it's the Kanye one twice on repeat, it's fine.
that's how you have a mental breakdown. If they were the Joey Diaz ones, you'd have a fucking great life.
Yeah.
You'd be funny. You'd be so happy.
No, but do you know what I mean? Though it's like
Yeah, people just get so fucking gay about it.
Grey.
Yeah, grey about it. They get so fucking.
no, that's the thing. It's
grey
a whole
about it.
grey area. Music is a grey area.
Yeah. It's open for our own expression, and if you aren't
Yeah.
ready to
And
express
the
yourself, you are
reason-
simply cringe.
The reason the music resonated with me is different to why your music resonated with you, or your music resonated.
So you're
with
telling
you.
me if you see someone where all of their most played tracks are certified lover boy hits.
No, that means they're a fucking shithead, and they need
actual
to,
monster.
to
They
pay.
should just get rid of fucking Spotify because they clearly are not using it to its advantage. If they're listening to
Yeah,
Drake,
if you're
and
paying
only
for
Drake.
Spotify and you're only listening to Certified Lover Boy, you deserve to not have money.
Or Spotify,
Or freedom.
yeah,
Yeah, freedom should not be yours.
because you're clearly not trustworthy enough for it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna do
your own
something
freedom.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're given freedom, and this is.
I just realised something Sandy can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much of the lad population of England have all got certified lover boy in their number one?
Maybe next year's one because it came out pretty late. didn't
Yeah,
it?
true.
No, I think a lot
Donda
of them.
though, good album.
No, the lads aren't listening to Donda though.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all listening
Because the fucking Chads are listening to Donda. The Sigmas are listening to Donda.
We'll see you after these messages.
See, no,
Howdy, partner. Me Andy. Me have shirts for sale. Check the description below.
Welcome to the second half of the cast where we answer questions from the Jar Media community. Head over to the suggestion thread on the subreddit if you want to just ask us whatever you feel like. But before we do that, we forgot to say what we're drinking.
I'm drinking some water
Yeah.
today
Some water?
because I've
Take
got
a sip.
yummy.
Oh, we're drinking water ASMR. Oh, he's going in.
Ah,
Oh, mega. Oh, Jesus. Mega gulp. I'm drinking, Maker's Mark.
Wait, say that again.
it's Kentucky straight bourbon. It's Maker's Mark. It's really nice. We all like it, which is a surprise.
yeah.
Because
It's
we do
delicious.
not. We
Can
do
you
not
do
agree.
a pirate voice, Alex?
Oosha, Maker's Mark.
No, for mine. Because I'm
Oh.
drinking,
Yar, Degman's finger.
yeah. Thank you.
And some Pepsi Max.
Yeah. Say Pepsi Max in a pirate.
Pepsi Max.
Yar. Wait, what did he do?
James, do more pirate voice.
No.
So like, X marks the spot, me hearties.
X marks the spot, me hearties.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
think
was.
James
It was.
would make a
It was
real
on a
pirate.
gradient. It was going up.
Mm.
You're not going to do one. Sandy marks the spot.
X marketh the spot, me hearty.
That was cool.
Thank you.
That was cool.
I'm fucking so impressed at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telio Arid Oitsu is going to start us off. For James, from your perspective, what is the worst opinion/take that you've heard from Alex, Jamie, or Ruben? To narrow it down, what is the worst food opinion any of them has expressed to you?
I can't think of any food related ones because I think
Beans?
Okay, remove food then. What comes to your mind when you think worst take? Just the worstest take.
there is none. I generally can't think of a single one.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like there's bound to be something that's gotten under your skin.
No, Alex's egg with ketchup.
Yeah, that's the only one. But that's only
Okay.
insulted me in the last week. Because that's when I've known about it. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, briefly bringing that up.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, there's been way more people on the side of me and James
Yeah.
saying that it is bad to have ketchup with egg. Fried egg, at the very least. Than
Fried
the
egg.
opposite.
I guess I was kind of defending that I don't really have ketchup because I like spicy sauces, But I was defending the kind of concept of having a sauce on a fried egg and not finding that weird at all. Maybe like mayonnaise on a fried egg would be weird, right?
But that's like egg on egg.
Egg on egg, yeah.
Yeah. But ketchup on egg, nah.
No. We've gone over the ketchup thing, so we definitely don't need to retread there. But I don't think there's any... Like, I would say my most controversial opinion of yours would be like the fact that you like beans. But we proved today that beans are really nice. I like beans, so I can't bring that up. Like, other than
what were they, kidney?
Bit of kidney beans, very nice, very yummy.
So nourishing.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Refried, beautiful.
I haven't got to the refried stage.
Next week
You'll get there.
You'll be having refried.
You'll be having refried and you'll be loving every minute, every second.
Well, I hope.
You'll be gassed about it.
I've put my faith in your refried bean.
Well, on a similar note, r/Jar Media says, since Alex the Oppressor was gone for a little while, how did Jamie and James handle the food situation during Jar recording days? Also, how's life been in general since the collapse of the dreaded food rotor? Thanks, Minions game.
Since the collapse of the food rotor, it's actually been really fucking easy. We've been super civilized about it.
This upsets me because it feels, from my perspective, as though you want to demonstrate a point by intentionally not putting up any
barriers
when we're deciding on what we're going to eat. You're just like, hey guys, I'm totally cool with whatever you guys want to eat. See you later. That'll be your message in the group chat.
No, it's been my message for literally 3 weeks straight.
Whereas when the rotor was in place, you would say, nah, I don't want whatever you want.
Yeah, no.
Nah,
what's changed?
You want this. Oh.
What's changed your worldview on the rotor and the
No,
food?
it's because he wants to act as if him breaking down this brilliant social system, this societal construct of ours that we had in place, and he was the only person that had a problem with it. Now that it's crumbled, he wants to show that the fact that it's crumbled has made things easier. Where in fact it's only easier because now he's the one that isn't putting up the roadblocks.
It has been easier.
Because you are deciding that, because the only issue was
me. The only issue was me. Let's just admit, I was the entire fucking problem from day one.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I completely know this. And
what has shifted your tune? What has done this?
What's done this is that I'm actually just happier in life. There's been a change in me since in the last month where I'm just like, I'm just gonna live. You know, I'm confident in myself, and I just don't care. And it's just like, why does it matter if you don't eat that food? I'll just eat it too. What's the problem with that? I ate enchiladas with beans in today. I've never done that before.
Previously, then, what was an enchilada to you?
Chicken and nothing else. Just chicken in a fucking
tomato, a bit of tomato juice.
Yeah, that's it. And that was because that's how my mum does it. And it's just like I just eat it because that's how this is.
You've been missing out on the true.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's what we've talked about in our episode. Is that this change? Yeah. That was our point. That's the change that's happened.
But thinking back to that episode where it was food was up to just you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do?
James I literally I said
no opinion from James whatsoever. I ordered food.
No, I ordered food for James. What I've done the last 2 weeks is what I've done then. I've done the same thing every Friday, 3 weeks in a row.
But what about when you want something?
I disagree with that. It was less. It was, I'm not even going to ask James. I'm going to order something, and that's the end of it. Because I know what James likes, and I ordered something for James. I ordered something for myself.
And it worked.
From where?
And it worked.
Domino's.
Yeah. And I ordered the perfect pizza for James. I ordered some weird fucking Christmas bullshit for me because I wanted to try it. And that was that.
Yeah. And it worked. It just worked. It just worked. We had no issues. And we've
we watched a beautiful movie and had a romantic night, and that was the end of it.
We've not had any problems, and I think going forward,
the only problem we had was that Alex left, and you screamed at me for not understanding the technology side of things.
That's different. That's not food. But it's like we've already decided next week's meal because you said you want nachos. So we're just going to have nachos. And I'm not gonna complain or fight that the week.
Wasn't there a cast where the nachos we made was the thumbnail? Because it was just so good.
Yeah, and James fucking kicked up a whole thing about it.
I did. I had to have my own portion that didn't have all the
we
flavour.
had to make your own little dish.
Yeah. But this time it's not... I will just eat... If you make it, I'll eat it. I don't care.
Okay. And your mind's going to be blown. I'm at that point where I'm more confident and I'm happier in life. So why would I make myself miserable by fighting the food? It's genuinely one of the joys, just experiencing like weird food and weird flavors. Like, yeah, but that's the thing. It's just like because my family is British brown. You know, it's the stereotype that everyone around the world makes fun of. Yeah, that's my family. So like growing up, that's what I'd eat. So I wouldn't have all these nice experiences, and you know, opening your palate. It's like you don't want to open your palate because you're not comfortable. Because you want to eat what you're comfortable with. It's just like music. Yeah, it's
like anything. If you're not certain on something, then you're gonna think all.
But once the floodgates are open, man, exactly, it's done.
And it's like within the last year is when I started eating hot foods. I think
truly the floodgates were open when you bought some hot sauce. Yeah, you had two or three different hot sauces.
Some local hot sauce, some really good.
And you had like 3 different types, and you'd eat them with everything, and then it was just like, I need more. Yeah.
And then we got to a state now where I'm just like, egg. I'll just order egg. We'll go to get coffee in the morning. Boom, I have some poached eggs. Never used to do that before. I'm just eating foods now because I just don't. It's like I'm an adult. I can eat
eggs,
stuff.
man.
Eggs are fucking eggs are the best.
You
food.
can eat some fucking eggs.
I used to hate eggs because my parents never forced me to eat them.
But eggs I was never forced to eat an egg.
Yeah, I just thought they were yummy.
Yeah, I just loved eggs.
With the soldiers, you know, dipping them in.
I'd have the soldiers without the egg.
You'd have toast then.
I'd have toast. But they would cut up like the soldiers. Because it's just like, as a kid, I thought eggs looked a bit gross. So I'd be like, that looks gross. So I wouldn't get them. And reality is they're the fucking nicest food in the world.
Eggs?
I fucking love eggs.
I wouldn't say they're the nicest, but they're the best.
They are one of the most best.
But they're the nicest. And you know what another change is?
Yeah?
We haven't gone to Casper's in 2 years.
Fucking hell.
That's the change.
Holy shit.
Yeah, COVID fucking saved us. Actually fucking saved us.
The one positive from all that. So we haven't gone back to that fucking hellhole.
I kind of want to go back.
Yeah, I miss it. Fuck me, there's a void inside that it just cannot be
strawberry waffle or something? A brownie waffle?
Consecutive plays of Corso by Tyler the Creator. Nothing fills that void like a fucking chocolate brownie waffle from...
No, I'd fucking destroy one of their waffles.
I would. I totally would.
That brownie waffle. It's fucking so good.
Yeah.
But then you go there and it's like, I haven't been in a while, so I kind of want the cookie though. But you can't get 2 things in Casper's because it's just a bad time.
You can. I would often get the waffle and a milkshake. A drink to wash the waffle down.
Fuck, no, it's the same.
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to go there because we got to drive to Swindon. That's Swindon Centre as well. Miserable.
Beautiful.
I googled Swindon the other day, and like Google was like, "Oh, it's one of the safest places like in the world."
Yeah.
Like in Wiltshire, it's apparently the safest town or some dumb shit.
Carlne's not had a good spree the last few years.
True.
We've had some shit going on here. Chippenham's always gets shit going on because Chippenham's shit. Much like Swindon, it's like the radiation from Swindon.
It's not like street dangerous though. It's not like
Chippenham is. Chippenham's pretty fucking bad.
Chippers?
Yeah, Chippers.
I never feel threatened.
It's because we're only driving to McDonald's.
Yeah, true.
It's also our home. We're familiar with it. We've grown up around this maelstrom.
It's our ends.
It's our ends. And you got Trowbridge.
We don't talk about Trowbridge.
It's fucking shit.
That is the scary place.
I feel like it was way rougher though, like a few decades ago.
Oh yeah.
No, Chippenham's rougher now.
Maybe
Nah.
Chippers.
Nah.
I
Nah,
think
back when you were going around smacking people with your cap.
That was rough.
That was rough. It fucking hurt, man. Anyway,
You've never let that go.
Let's move on to another question.
Speaking of rough, Zimmer Fan 1997 has a good one. Hey up, mingers. Couldn't help but respond to Alex pondering if Bob Dylan has any songs equivalent to Bowie's The Laughing Gnome. I'm a massive fan of Mr. Bobby Zimmerman after all. The answer is no. Not just one song. He has lots. Probably an album worth with the amount of material he's released in the last 60 years. God damn, he's old. Although there's a few that spring to mind, I think a good choice would be Wiggle Wiggle. A terrible and memed song amongst fans, or delinquents, as they like to call themselves. The album It's Off, 1990's Under the Red Sky, is practically an album of garbage. The album itself has big cameos on it like Elton John and George Harrison, who effectively turned up to make nursery songs for Bob's kids. Lyrics include Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like Satan and silk wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like a pail of milk wiggle, 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 rattle and shake wiggle like a big fat snake. So I guess you have to make cringe to be based. Anyway, this brings up my question. What song album do you hate by an artist you love? Cheers, you cheeky little smilers.
Also by Tyler the Creator.
P.S. You can find a recording of Bob singing the nursery rhyme This Old Man out there, which I would enjoy simply because it exists. I played you guys Wiggle Wiggle because I went down the rabbit hole of like weird Bob Dylan songs.
Yes.
Wiggle, wiggle.
It's very, very bad.
Mm.
In fact, I think it's worse than The Laughing Gnome.
The thing, the laughing gnome, like high pitched laughing thing. I can't with that. Whereas I feel like it's just 2 minutes of him saying wiggle like 60 times. I can deal with that because wiggle is also a good word.
But the thing with David Bowie is that like he's always been fucking weird.
Ha ha ha.
But like he did the Labyrinth and shit.
Mm.
You know?
Got my baby.
Yeah. Whereas Bob Dylan has been like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're chatting the real
Slow
shit.
train coming.
Yeah. And talking about a hurricane and shit.
These metaphors, these like deep metaphors and all this social
like
deconstruction.
So ahead of his time. And then he's like, wiggle, wiggle.
Then he gets the 90s. Oh, fuck this shit. Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. Yeah, the 90s fucking killed art for 20 years. 20 fucking years art was dead because the 90s fucked it and killed it.
No, not true.
Name one 90s.
Name one amazing Bob Dylan song that isn't Wiggle Wiggle from the 90s.
See? The 90s just fucked the world.
No, but do you appreciate you have to make cringe?
That's the interesting thing though, because Bob Dylan had so much based shit before he was cringe. But this proves that you have to have cringe, whether you're based before you have cringe, or whether you're cringe before you're based. It doesn't matter.
It all ties to the cringe. The cringe is the vital part. If you are based now,
it's both.
But would you say it's worth it to put your cringe out there if only like 5% of it was like golden goose shit? Does that make it worth it in the end?
Yes.
Because I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say yes.
I would say yes.
You only get a few wiggle wiggles in your lifetime, you know?
Yeah.
To
be fair, if my most based was Wiggle Wiggle, then I'd be proud.
Yeah.
If my most based was fucking David Bowie's Laughing Gnome, I'd be proud of myself. The fact that his cringe is more based than my based will ever be is proof of how based he is, because his cringe is more based than my based.
But the thing is, we've had cringe.
Yeah, of course.
Our cringe is out there. So where does that put us?
In the process of becoming based?
Yeah, are we like in our wiggle era?
No,
the wiggle era would imply post-based.
Yeah, no, I think...
Whereas...
Depends on who you ask then, I suppose.
Nah. The cringe was the start. That's with the Bowie. We started with the cringe.
So we started with Laughing Gnome era.
Yeah.
Then went into...
We were in the base.
That's a much more natural path. Whereas Bob Dylan is like starting at the top and then going to cringe.
You could say the Wiggle era was like early This Room set with the table and stuff, and it was like a bit wrong. You could say that's going a bit wiggle.
Yeah.
We're on a bit of a wiggle.
A bit of a wiggle, yeah.
I just like the word wiggle quite a lot. Makes me think of the Wiggles.
Yeah. Yeah, the old school in Jersey stole my Wiggle tape, my VHS Wiggle tape. I brought it in for like show and tell or something, and they never gave it back. It's broken me to this day.
Not very based of you.
No, not very based of that school.
Do you think it's still there on Jersey Island?
Yeah, they put it in like a glass case, and if anyone wanted to take it, they'd like
Jamie's heart and dreams.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a Wiggle.
Chu Yuan has one for us. A nice one. Howdy Mingers, I've been watching since the first episode of the podcast, but this is my first time posting. I just want to say how thankful I am for the JARCast. Uni's been ruining my mental health recently, and for various different reasons, I've had to cut ties with some people, who I've considered close friends. For example, one was outed as a sex pest. This has all left me feeling pretty hopeless, especially right now as deadlines come up. Throughout all of this, the Posdact has been a consistent form of comfort for me, a chance to escape from my hellish reality of uni for a little while. Your discussions on depression and anxiety helped me feel like I'm not alone in the struggle, and the Where Is James Bean video from 2017 helped me at a time where I was at the lowest points in my life, one of the lowest points in my life. I'm sorry for the long sappy message, but thank you boys for the past almost 6 years, and if you ever find yourselves in Belfast, I'll buy yous all a pint each. I'll take you up on that if we're in Belfast.
Belfast?
Yeah, we got to go to Belfast.
Is that up north?
That's
really
Ireland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go
Now
Ireland.
he's not going to buy us a pint. God damn it.
I want to go to... I do want to go to Ireland.
I'm going there if I'm getting a pint out of it.
It's a bullshit Ireland.
No, but Ireland's great. I've fallen in love with Ireland.
Ireland?
I've fallen in love with Ireland.
I love islands.
What do you mean you've fallen in love with Ireland?
I've fallen in love with Ireland. I've fallen in love with Ireland.
Why do you just keep saying it now?
Because I have. They got really cool cars.
You know,
is Belfast actually in Ireland?
Yeah. I've just had a realization that we've had like kind of a wacky island existence. We went from New Zealand, crazy island,
to Jersey,
UK, crazy island, to Jersey, crazy island, back to UK, crazy island. Just islands all round.
Yeah.
Now we need to go to Ireland.
Yeah, the island of islands. The islands of islands.
Boom.
Yeah. I do love comments like this though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're heartwarming for sure.
Was there a question there though?
Oh yeah, there was one, wasn't there?
Was there?
There was a... Yeah, we actually, we didn't even answer the wiggle one, which is whatever. We got enough from the wiggle shit.
Yeah, we got plenty of wiggles.
Yeah.
Wiggle.
We got the wiggle stuff. Sometimes the question, it's buried in there. There's enough going on. But this one has me interested. Giorno Pizza says, in the United States, our highways are incredibly boring. James is right. However, there's almost always some kind of backcountry road you can take. For me, I travel on a highway that starts in Seattle, Washington, goes through Oregon, and ends somewhere in California. There are always back roads through the countryside to get to whatever city you want to make it to. The reason everything is so boring is because our cities were designed around cars. Big oil companies made the pull for a train system impossible because they didn't want it, and they gave too much money to our governments for them to not listen to the oil companies. So yeah, driving is shit here, and our highways are ugly.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm not wrong when I say that. Just look at Google Images,
Yeah.
Just don't go to America.
Go to
Ireland.
We got this one from James House. Out of all the jar men, which of you most commonly gets asked to show proof of ID when buying booze or going to clubs, etc.? Considering that Alex is the oldest, James has his manly beard and Jim has his gloriously hairless cranium, I genuinely wouldn't be able to guess who gets their age doubted the most. Who do you think?
Me.
Yeah, Jamie. I know it's Jamie.
Really?
I never get asked for ID. I've never been, I stopped being asked for ID at 16.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've never really been asked for ID.
I feel like I get ID'd basically every single time I buy anything, even like Nurofen and paracetamol.
Yeah, I get ID'd as a 16-year-old.
Yeah, which you have to be to get like paracetamol and stuff, right?
But I physically cannot grow a beard, whereas you guys both can.
It's
and
like
I
it's
wear
the
hats.
thing.
That's the thing. If I don't want to get ID'd, I take my hat off.
Yeah.
But if I got my ID on me,
Is that reliable enough?
no.
Have you? Yeah.
I've been ID'd, and when that happens, I look at them like,
For real?
yeah, like really?
Mm-hmm.
You serious?
It's like that when you see someone with a beard like this, you instantly know they're old. This isn't like bum fluff like 16-year-old, like really slightly
Yeah,
faint.
yeah.
It's like this. I'm just.
But
fucking
you
old.
have been capable of growing a beard like that for quite some time.
Yeah, since like 17.
You just resisted.
Yeah, since like year 6.
Yeah, it's just like I didn't because I was a pussy. That's the truth to it. I didn't have the confidence. And now I do. I know it's my fucking beard and it's my beauty, my baby.
Your little boosy eye baby.
Yeah.
James
I do
House.
think it is me though.
Yeah, no, it is you.
Yeah, I do get ID'd a lot though.
Mm.
See, it's
I
when
just think I got the most bitch face.
Damn.
no.
Well, who then? You're gonna say me?
No. Since Jamie doesn't have a bitch face, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It's Jamie though, because we've gone to the supermarket sometimes, and Jamie will be like, "Well, can you buy this for me so I don't get ID'd because I haven't got my ID on me?"
Yeah, when I want like a CBD juice drink.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm intelligent to get the ones you don't need to ID for, so I don't get ID'd.
What, you saying I'm dumb?
Yeah, you buy the more expensive ones, which means you need ID'd. Or buy the cheap ones, you don't get ID'd.
the only ones you don't need IDing for are the new ones that they haven't like put on the system yet.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Yeah.
No.
James House left another one saying, thoughts on Chris Rock's character in Fargo season 4 being called Loy?
That's a really silly question. Don't like it.
I haven't watched Fargo season 4 with Lloyd.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like season 4 Lloyd.
Left one saying, not a suggestion, but an interesting anecdote. I was recently watching Free Guy with my family, and my mother was absolutely blown away by its engaging and reflective plot. My mom likes to pretend she's a film critic and analyze movies using big words and nothing else. She found the idea of the guy being an AI that can learn and adapt so philosophical and stated that Free Guy was a commentary on the human condition. By the end of the movie, she was almost in tears at the revelation that the creepy fellow was in love with the fit one. I found her response to Free Guy so infuriating as when we watched a movie that actually explores that theme, Ex Machina, she brushed it off as pretentious crap. My question is, have we been wrong about Free Guy? And is it actually a philosophical exploration of the human consciousness and artificial intelligence?
No, it's shit.
Yeah, it's fucking crap. It's the most fucking bullshit film I've seen in the past 30 years of my life.
It's the shittest film I've seen. And I've seen Red Notice.
Red Notice is a goddamn fucking beautiful film.
Alex fucking loves Red Notice.
Alex watched Red Notice and he can't get enough of it. He's watched it like 3 times.
We weren't supposed to talk about this on here.
He's 2.5 ways through this film. Whereas, what's this film called? Free Man.
Yeah,
The Freedom Man.
Freedom Man is shit. It's so bad. People like it because they like
Liberation Dude.
There's more there.
Liberated Gentleman.
A man going his own way.
Yes. Yeah, that's what the film should be fucking called, because
That's the
it's
sequel.
about that shit.
That's the sequel.
How have we never made that comparison before?
Man going their own way, guy.
Yeah.
I suppose you could get that interpretation from the movie.
No.
No, you can't.
If you're like so willing to engage with it.
No, I think you're picking strings that aren't there.
Yeah, it's made for people who like
It's made for
have
people
never
who
played a
don't
video
who are
game.
smooth.
Okay.
Yeah, smooth brained.
Man. I want to do a couple more here. This one's interesting from Rip Flood. I was just made aware the actor for Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld went on a racist tirade during a comedy show. Knowing this, do you still like his character in Seinfeld? At what point can you no longer separate the art from the artist? Just to be perfectly transparent, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I know that it was a long time ago, and the actor has since apologized for what happened, and I believe heavily in separating the art from the artist. It's definitely it's a fucking hard like clip to watch. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
It's rough. But yeah, it doesn't like ruin Seinfeld for me.
No.
Because I'm kind of with this commenter where I'll often try and remove the art from the artist as much as possible. It gets difficult when it's kind of like Kevin Spacey level sort of stuff.
Yeah. I think with his example, it's such like I don't know, it's an environment I can't truly empathize with.
What, being a stand-up comedian?
Yeah, he's putting himself out there. It doesn't excuse what he said, but if he felt particularly vulnerable that night, and he was lashing out,
because the context was like he was, I guess, a heckler got under his skin and he went just ridiculous.
yeah, he went mental.
Yeah, he like snapped. But it is kind of the repercussions of like being in that industry and when you are the product. Like when you take it like there, it is kind of unforgivable in certain ways, and you will never be able to climb out of that.
Yeah.
And there's that comedian in Cars Getting Coffee where he's on it and he addresses it and he's like, I know it, like, fucked it that night. Like, that was it.
Yeah, that is one thing, that like the fact that he never brushed it off. He addressed it for what it was and how like wrong he was for doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing, because if he was just like acted like it was nothing,
Doubled down.
yeah, then it would be way worse for him. But it's like the guy knew that he really fucked up bad, and that he sort of deserved some sort of...
Yeah, he didn't seem
consequences.
like surprised by the response, by like the way he talks about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's the kind of thing that's just gonna...
No, the weirdest thing is like I think it's David Letterman.
I haven't
Where like
seen it.
he comes on trying to like apologize for it.
Oh, maybe I have seen that.
Yeah, but everyone's like, when he's trying to address it, because everyone knows him as Kramer, they see it as this like goofy skit,
Yeah.
and they just laugh. All the
Oh, right,
audience and
yeah.
stuff. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it's like, man, if you just didn't do that, you probably could have gone on to be a pretty prolific comedian to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up. Right, fellas, it's late. I want to do one more from Burbling Barbacoa, who has some more insight on. Every now and again we get a little bit of insight into random like Australian cultures, right? Little subcultures. For all the boys, since there's been a lot of Gatorade talk, weed talk too, I guess, and since Alex and Jamie have family in Australia, I thought I'd share some local culture. Kids in Australia's smoking implement of choice is a Gatorade bottle and section of garden hose. See attached image. I looked at this image. It's literally just like a bit of a garden hose, like snipped, shoved into the bottom of like a Gatorade bottle, turned into this like makeshift bong bullshit. I've seen them just sitting at the train station or beach before. I have also personally had my hose stolen for bong-related purposes. Other bottles are also commonplace, such as the classic tomato sauce. See attached photo of a typical Australian ripping one. In fact, after being involved in an accident where I was unsuccessfully trying to stop my rolling car from hitting a tree, I was invited into an onlooker's home to see if I was okay. Hit my head pretty hard. And was immediately offered a rip out of a Master Foods tomato sauce bottle. There's such an institution that you can buy quality glass replicas. I personally own one from Gatorberg. See attached image. And I went on this website, and there must be such a subculture of this Gatorade bong bullshit. Like, they've got all these, like, glass, like, kind of expensive, like, made, like, bongs. They replicate the hose glass thing.
I'd never have associated that with Australian culture.
See, now I've got a question. Why do so many people our age go there for years? It's all there. That's why.
It's that Gatorade garden hose.
It's the bong, the gator bong, you know?
The Gator Garden Bong.
Yeah. Like, why would so many people just be like, go to Australia? I'm never coming back.
If you were
They're getting bonged up all the time.
if you were this guy and you just had this accident and they offered you the tomato sauce Master Foods bottle that had been makeshift into a bong, what would you say to them?
I'd just leave because they're bogan as fuck.
Really?
I think I'd be like, you know,
I'd hit that shit.
yeah, I feel like after like an
immediately.
accident, like
Yeah. Especially like your what's it called?
Well, if you've had a head injury.
Yeah. You're even more like accepting of
No. If you've had a head
give me
injury,
that tomato
just
bullshit.
yeah, it's like give me tomatoes, give me a hit of the tomatoes. Like, you're gonna just take whatever's given to you.
No, I wouldn't. Personally, I've had head injuries and I'm not taking any weed or any bong. I'm staying till I'm healthy again.
Okay, James is above the gate of.
No, I'm not above it. It's just like if you generally
No, but this
properly damage your
intrigues
head.
me. I want to try this.
Yeah, don't
want
try it
to
after a car
experience it.
accident. Try it normally. Just go to a
Well,
beach.
no, clearly I have to go
noticed-
to Australia, get into a crash, and experience it.
No, this would actually be easy. I noticed they're starting to sell Gatorade locally now.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're not.
They got to
no.
Gatorade, then we go to B&Q and get like a bit of hose.
You got a hose in the garden.
Oh no, I got to use
Well, he
that
doesn't want to
hose.
snip his
Oh
own
my god,
hose.
you could snip the end off and you still have a working
Also,
hose.
my hose wouldn't work. I've got one of those like stretchy ones.
Okay, we climb into someone else's garden and get their hoses.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's bogan. That would be the Australian experience. Like he said, he's had his hose stolen for bong purposes, so we have to steal one
Yeah,
for bong purposes.
That's true.
When we get in our ute, we do big fat burnies, mate.
Yeah,
we need to go to Australia as well.
We do.
we do.
We can go
Sounds
to
like they're
we can
having
go
a-
to summer.
They're-
I think
they're
we
having
should.
a wild
I think we
time.
should all do a naked bungee jump in New Zealand.
Okay. While with the Gatorade.
Yeah, ripping a bong in. We're ripping a
As you
Gatorade
drop.
hose bong.
Yeah, that's the
Falling
challenge. Like, see
Yeah.
if you can rip while falling using the gravity of like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm done.
Those were the main ones I wanted to do, unless you want a final one about auto shite, James. Do you want an auto shite one?
Auto shite.
Okay. I'll read it then from
Yeah,
Walrus
read it
Bro.
just because I'm curious about what auto.
Let's
shite
end on
is.
this. Is James familiar with the online forum Auto Shite? Hang on, I press the button that makes it go all the way to the top. That's fucking annoying. It's essentially a community passionate about old/unusual cars, but not the ones you'd find in your classic car magazines. People buy old shit boxes from the last 20 or so years, example, a 2002 Renault Laguna, and post updates on their progress. I once saw a guy describe the disgusting rims of a 2001 Citroen Picasso as pornographic. Anyway, a bit random, but thought it was something James would be interested in. Cheers, lads.
It's called auto shite, so and it's already displaying.
You've never
like,
actually heard of this?
No.
Okay.
But if they're talking about shitty fucking Renault Lagunas, fucking love it. They're fucking shit.
Yeah, this sounds like up your alley.
These are it's shit boxes. The pisser deserves to be on auto shite.
Yeah, the term auto shite is what really drew me to this.
It's like that Reddit. What's it called? There's like a Reddit of like shit car mods. It's like the same shit, you know. It's just shit cars. Everyone loves shit cars.
They do.
If you
I
want
do.
if you want a good time on like Reddit, right? Go to specific dog breed Reddits and then search by controversial. You'll get like the weirdest fucking shit. Like people posting on like the golden retriever subreddit like a picture of a pit bull. Like, it's just like the wrong breed, and all the
Yeah.
comments are like, "What are you doing? Why is this on the golden retriever subreddit?"
It's so controversial.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to test this theory because I don't believe it. So I'm going to Border Collies.
A good one is like the men's fashion. There's like a men's fashion subreddit.
Yeah.
If you search by controversial, you get some
Some
It's
women's
like
fashion.
No, it's like dudes who want to show off their drip, taking pictures of themselves. But then if you search by controversial, you get some unique kind of results. Like dudes like standing in the bath, like taking selfies of their outfit and shit. It's like really weird. Reddit's a weird fucking place, man.
It is.
Some real psychos on there.
It's true though.
Yeah. Like if you go on like the corgi subreddit, there's this like really weird obsession with like corgi butts. It's like,
You know,
look,
that's a thing.
look, I baked a loaf of bread that's like a corgi butt, and it's like got balls. so you can eat the balls.
What the fuck?
See, I think Alex is lying with this.
I'm not. I've never looked at the collie one.
I'm looking
to
at
be
the
fair.
Labrador one, and it's basically just Labradors.
No, but you got to go to controversial.
Yeah, I'm on controversial.
Have you sorted by controversial?
Yeah, and it's just pictures of dogs.
No, you're not looking hard enough.
I am. I'm trying.
I think if you want to delve into the depths of Reddit, then you got to be ready for it.
You just go on like Popular and see like the huge ones, like r/sex is like a fucked one. Oh, it's really fucked up. The shit people are saying on there.
Okay, let's go on r/sex.
There was one that was like, I really want my girlfriend to like piss like loads. So it was like, what was it? No, it was the girlfriend talking about what her boyfriend was trying to get her to do relating to like this urine shit, where she was like, yeah, he like made me drink loads of water, and then after half an hour I really needed to pee, but he made me wait like an hour and a half, and then I was peeing for like a minute, and then he was like, oh, that wasn't very much. What do I do? It's full of shit like that. It's like, oh my, it's fucked. It's like a huge subreddit too, so it's like full of like really weird kind of fucked up stories like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you already seen it, like, it doesn't take like.
Yeah. I like this one. I taste cum all the time now.
If you want to kill like 15 minutes, go on r/sex.
That's the lamest r/ I've ever fucking heard.
Mm-hmm. But it's like a huge subreddit, so when subreddits get over a certain size, it's just like totally out of control. Yeah. It's kind of depressing though too, like on that one.
No, it is, because it's just there's a lot of people who have the whole they only know about sex because of porn, so it's like
Yeah.
Oopsie.
The internet is fucking fucked.
Well, yeah, because then you have options like Reddit where you can find little subcultures of your weird, like, oh, let's bake corgi butts and fucking eat their balls.
Holy shit.
Fucking
You're so fucking right.
Any niche you want.
Yeah. Corgi ball.
r/corgi bread balls. Just from the look on your face, I know exactly the kind of shit you're reading. Because it's like that fucking every damn day.
No, this one's actually just like disgusting and not in a funny way.
Oh yeah, you'll find plenty of like genuinely like, oh, this is like going too far. Like you're actually like fucked up right now.
Yeah, oh my fucking.
But people are posting this publicly. It's so fucked.
Like some of it's like, there's this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's
like just looking for genuine advice, but then there's others like, I'm so fucking full of water because my boyfriend won't let me pee.
I feel like that's a great place to end this episode.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
Go on, James. Send us off.
Find a good one. Find a really fucked up one. Oh, this reminds me, there was ages ago I was going through Craigslist and I got loads of really good screenshots to like read on the cast, but I just forgot about it. I was like searching by different local cities. I was looking at like Craigslist posts in like Bath and Craigslist, and then comparing them with like London. And like just how fucking crazy some of the Craigslist posts are in London. There were so many that were like, looking for someone whose bank account I can use just for like just a couple like minutes.
That shit must work though. If people are doing it.
Yeah, because they'll be like, yeah, and if you let me do that, I'll give you like $2,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
James, do you want to start like a new career?
Oh, the look on your face. Nothing proves my point more.
Yeah. That's the face of someone that's been scrolling through Reddit for more than a minute.
Yeah. Not just Reddit, r/fucking sex.
r/sex is like,
how many subscribers does it have?
2 million.
Yeah, so that's a huge fucking subreddit.
That is fucking loads.
Yeah. So you can get
I think 1 million has been reduced.
Yeah, you don't really properly comprehend.
Yeah, 1 million is so fucking much.
Yeah, when you think like,
It's like,
isn't it like 5-6 million people that like live in New Zealand?
yeah, yeah. There's like more people live in London than in the entirety of New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like 1 million is so... It's a huge number.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like YouTube and shit has made it mean less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when it's just reduced to numbers, you don't equate each one with like a human.
Mm.
But then you think about like a stadium houses like 20,000, maybe like 50,000 max, like the huge ones, and that's just like an insurmountable amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even coming close to 1 million. Like, nowhere even close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The look on your face, you've been frozen just looking at... See, this is exactly what I was describing. It's like weirdly addictive because you're like, oh my god, what?
No, it's just like... It's that whole thing where it's just like men don't know anything. You know, young men don't know anything about women sexually, and it's just like they're fucking retards about it. So it's like seeing a Reddit full of them. It's like, fuck me, guys.
Yeah, you'll find some.
Don't go down the rabbit hole of our sex. Just don't do it.
Some true depravity on there.
Yeah. Jesus. Stop watching porn. Just stop watching porn, and life will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you next time. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. This is the part of the show where we head over to Patreon and give a little shout out to our cute little patrons who are Patreons, you know. So a big thank you to Slit Bodmod, Even Piling, Jamie Cock and Bull 24/7, Alex and Ruben No More Jewels, Panzer Kampflagen, 6 Tiger Os Tiffany Young, subscribing to NordVPN just to geolocate to Swindon and order Sammy's kebabs. You won't get it in Swindon. You can't.
You got to be in person.
You got to be in person.
You got to be real.
You got to come here.
Jim's abusive relationship to Irish Sherry, man with big booty, Corey Lardo. James is the quagmire of Jar... No, I will not elaborate. Shut up from the jar. Jar is a reference to the Zoolander gorilla, not Smosh. Alex said it all the time. It deserves to be in the...
Yeah, we fucked up.
Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. Angry Joe Beanfield pocket pussy. It's a rich crick. Into my house. Canaan. Only Welsh jarling. This one's come a cock and this one's piss a dick are the same. Fapping and clapping, it's happening. Lapping up sap that I've splat all over the mat and the substance is masculine. Travis King. Dildo Dabbins. Bruh Funny Inc. Some More On. Zap Coolman. Big Stormay. The Trail Wee Banana. Pooing on the Wedge. You know how it is. Grant Connor. Jack Price. Kelly Levine. Trans rights are human rights. Of course they are. Jamie Queerwas. Kalki. While we Piers access memories. Penny pisses the pants. Stone Weevil. Life dropped an epic husband, the rarest of its loot table, and I was lucky enough to win the need role. Mies Vake Visa. Quiet Cheaton Chen. Bleak Gaze. Designed with an island in Grindset. Arve Cunt. Ben Bauercom. State of Alaska, Harvey Cohen, Callum Crick, James is James, lesser, greater, middling. Makes no difference, the degree is arbitrary, the definition's blurred if I'm to choose. Fat, obese, toe sucker, Lord Chiquita, the king of the Banana Republic. Mr. Chips, beaten, bruised and sobbing, stands as a man, gives him a silver platter, lifting the lid to reveal 2 yellow butt cheeks. The random dog that once entered James's office. Punch leopard, hunt mammoth, hit rock with second rock, life simple. James's huge throbbing bicep, Tony Oce Welch.
Thank you so much to sad Nietzsche shit. Sorry, Alex's hair gives me the hunger for uncooked super noodles. Ooh ah ya, ooh ah. Begone, I say, you foolish savage. I am a god, the golden god, and my rage will fall upon you with the power of 1,000 storms. Crash Punk. Cosney Magundal. Schnort. Minga Dinger is back, baby. I lost my job, but asked my whole wife for a penny for the boys. Rejoice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pick Scabs. Scabs picked me. Venom got that adrenaline menom. Gonna get 'em venom. Yemi the Ferret. Salad 530. Hanging on in quiet dibistration is the jarling way. Angry's gone. JARCast over. Thought that James had more to say. Krusty Kamikaze. Silverback Mike Tyson. Big Cheeser. Crypt Keeper. Garfields of the Super Mario Galaxy. Designer Kushmai Dyferson. Tinkles. Oven Hut. The Bush. Imported Guest. Tom Berenek. Gilbert the Awesome One. Sir, permission to leave the station. For what purpose, Pisser Dick? To include a battle pass in Halo Infinite. Permission denied. Nate's Minifigs. Check me out on Instagram. Yaddle's Golden Yussi. 011IE2. Master Chief. Hit this spliff with me before we take out the Covenant. A tribe called Queefed. Big Mouth Episode 9, The Douche of Nick Kroll. Cobalt Red. Peak Den Peng. Pog Dog. Train my Cock Johnson. Chaser the Dragon. Thank you 343 for adding AI Toe back into Halo. Michael from NZ. Will you eat the butcher's treat? Joseph Jewish Jarling. I don't really listen to Jar anymore. Jack. Tom Fudging Armstrong. Welcome to the Islamic Communist Revolution. The Christian capitalist status quo has gone on too long. Speckle. Piss Drinkers Unleashed. I didn't get the back piece tattoo of Argyle. Michael Man 2000. Stephen is Human. Meekly. Connotada. Butter me up some porn on the cob. Up on Melancholy Hill, there's a Nissan Laurel.
That doesn't work!
It does work. Up on Melancholy Hill,
there's a Mazda
Nissan
3.
Laurel.
Mazda 3 work.
Are you here with Boral?
You're here with Glee. Right. Big thanks to Katia fucking Manigan. And wait, where's David Wallace? Did he unsubscribe from us? This is breaking my heart. Mommy. I mean the passionate pisser himself, James. Letterboxd users may be the cringiest creatures I've ever seen. They deserve a special place in hell. Thomas Martin. Before I hand this iPad off to you, you should know that I let Pissadick use it and now it's full of piss, swish, swish. Quebec Films. Shout out to my friend and fellow jarling, Lillian. Eleanor, more like Eleanot. Marcus Chandler. Aura. Crystal Virgo, Keck Flexington, Numa Banana, Ben, Fartbag, George Kenwood Parker. Is Mass Effect 3 as bad as they say? Fiddle, aka the Dreamawful 2142, Fionno Gorman, Melvin, brother of the Joker, King Kong Fan 3, Funny Kramer voice, these pasta beans are making me thirsty. Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. Another ep where James is wrong about everything, but he says things with confidence so everyone agrees. Lilith, Danny G. Based Lord, Woodpecker from Mars, Edgy Erica, Shun the Frimius Bandersnatch, Maze Digital Love, Feet Daft Punk, Couple of Cow Cuds, Lewis, Big Boy Borshrobe, Holsborough. Please excuse my Freudian pussy lips. Femboy in a Bebo shirt listening to Crazy Goblins. SR71 Blackbird ready for development. Sorry, deployment. Sam, Mordekaiser Mains Rise Up, Adam Johnston, Tom Bui, Jam, Froggy Online, Big O Bovril, Joel Stewart, Edgy Hacker, Kane the Main from Wayne, Blackbirds Fly 2016, Jake White, Big Whoop, Scrambler, Kuta Panda, Lucy Ties, an Asian Anal Queen, Randy Ruins Patreon, The Pooh Man, Jake Graham, Katia fucking Manigan, and last but not least, David Wallace. Thank you.
That's you in focus now.